Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Saturday. It's Daryl here. It's 4 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. I see more and more and more posts, comments, videos that people thinking that Donald Trump contracting COVID-19 could be a hoax. That perhaps he's doing this to avoid the debates. That's a new one I saw this morning. He's doing this to downplay COVID. That's not that serious. It's just like the flu. To show off his superior genes, to make himself, more of a leader and all this stuff. And I'll be honest with you guys, due to the incredible dishonesty, there's more dishonesty in this government than there is honesty. I believe that they lie more than they tell the truth. I was just reading this morning, Trump has gone over 20,000 counted lies by the Washington Post, I believe. Over 20,000 fact-checked lies in the last 4 years. So it's hard to believe anything they say. Okay, now I'm going to move on to say something I thought I would never say. I am a lot like Donald Trump in a few respects. I've known this for a while. I've never said it out loud. I'm impulsive. I'm compulsive. I go a lot. As you guys see, I go by intuition. A lot of times I say stuff on here and I tell you guys that I don't have any facts. Take, for instance, the shooting in LA. I still believe where the 2 policemen were shot. My instincts, my gut, my intuition tells me that wasn't a guy, that was a female shooter, and I have nothing to base it on. And I know that I'm probably wrong, but I can't help but, my gut tells me that, and I don't doubt my gut. I think a lot of, it works for me because I'm not president. When you're running the country and you're leader of the free world, I hate to say that Trump is leader of the free world, but going by intuition and impulsiveness or compulsiveness, obsessive compulsiveness is not a good thing. All right, let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Take, for instance, this video. I have to make these videos at 4 a.m. I put another video out about 12 hours ago. And this morning, first thing I tell myself is you gotta wait. You gotta wait at least 24 hours because I know that when I put two videos out too close together, one of them gets ignored and doesn't get the views. If I let the one sit for a while and let it play out to the people that want to watch it, I have to do that. Otherwise, it's hurting me. And I can't stop myself from making these videos at the same time I make my videos. As you guys know, I had 22 years of drug addiction where I did the same thing. The same routine every day to get what I needed to do. But even more than that, now that I've had October 23rd of this month will be 14 years clean and sober, completely clean and sober. Not one pill, not one puff off a cigarette, nothing. I haven't even smelled marijuana in years. I don't even remember what marijuana smells like. All right, that being said, I get up, for the last 14 years, I've got up at the same time every day, 3 a.m., 2:30, 3 a.m. I do the same thing, the same workouts. I eat the same thing. When I find something that works for me, I pray at the same time. I say the same prayer. I'm very impulsive. I'm almost a little superstitious. If I try, even when I went for hip surgery, June 17th, within a day, I was working out again. I had set up my weights. I was up at 3 a.m. Nothing will stop me. Christmas, Thanksgiving. I have to do it. It's what I do. I get up at the same time. Now, this is what happens. If I try to stop, I might be able to do it for one day. if I do it for more, if I try to stop and don't do this routine for 2 days, 3 days, I will get severe anxiety. I will feel as if I am losing control. I'll feel as if my whole world is crumbling, that it's the end. I'm not even kidding. I will get severe anxiety. And at that point, it's like an addiction. I went from drugs and alcohol to exercise and being productive as my addictions, and I can't stop doing what I do. Donald Trump is the same way. His Big Macs, his tweets at the same time every day. But more than that, his adulation in front of the crowds, he is addicted to that. Make no mistake, he is addicted to that. He's in Walter Reed right now, and I guarantee you he is going through withdrawals. Now, if it is a hoax, he'd still be able to do his work and whatnot, in some secluded office somewhere. But he's not going to be able to get that adulation, that hit, that toke of adulation. And believe me, he needs that. Look over the last 4 years. He's the first president in the history of this country that didn't stop campaigning. He won the election and he was out campaigning, weeks, months later, not even a month later, campaigning again. He's campaigned the whole time through because he is addicted to adulation. He's addicted to people loving him. You see the way he is in front of these crowds? He needs that like he needs air, like he needs food. If he goes, he's like I said, I guarantee you, me and him are completely alike in this respect. By now, 2 or 3 days, maybe by 4 or 5 days, if we don't see him out in public anywhere, he will be going through withdrawals. He will turn into a different man. Believe me, I'm guessing he'll go through states of depression, anxiety, anger. I guarantee this. I guarantee this. If he goes over a week to 14 days without being out in public, without being in front of a crowd, in front of those microphones, in front of that cheering crowd, he needs that like he needs air. He will not be able to stop himself. I don't care if it's a hoax. The only way that he is going to stop going in front of a crowd and in front of those cameras, in front of those microphones, is if he's forced to be in a bed because he's sick, or he's chained to a wall, or he's no longer breathing. And I'll bet my life on this. So we'll see. Only a few, by now, it's been 2 days. I'd say by Tuesday or Wednesday, if we don't see him, you could pretty much bet that this is a real deal, that he is not able to get in front of a crowd. Like I said, look at the operation I had. I had the top of my femur cut off, and a piece of metal this long spiked into my femur. My hip grinded down, and within 2 days, a day or two, I was up and working out and walking again. I was riding my bike within 2 or 3 weeks. Don't tell my doctor that. Don't tell the insurance companies that. I probably shouldn't even say that. And it's impulsive. If my bike breaks, I will have to go out. If I can't fix it, I will go out and buy another bike immediately. I rode my bike in the winter. I'll post a picture on my community page. You guys have seen me riding the bike in the winter, the summer. I have to do what I do. It works for me. And I know that Trump is exactly the same. So here's the test. If we don't see him in public, if we hit next Saturday and we don't see him out in front of a crowd, in front of those cameras, then you can bet this is a real deal. Here's what I think will happen. I think he really is. I think he has contracted it. Because look at his foolishness. Look at these rallies with thousands of people. Now, if you go over the numbers of where he was in Arizona and Minnesota, there's high incidence of new cases in those states. The chances that, and the people that are in those crowds are the people less likely to use means to protect themselves. So those are probably the highest probability. Those people in those crowds, in Trump crowds, are probably at the greatest risk for carrying this virus. So it's more than probable that he does have COVID-19. I'm willing to bet on this. I think he does have it. One more thing. There's a picture of him throwing a hat at a rally. And I'm just wondering who the lucky MAGA recipient of that COVID-19 soaked MAGA hat is. That's my biggest question. If you're out there, let me know. All right, you guys have a good Saturday. I'll be back later with another video.